care of them. Yeah, but still the after disaster, after the flood, there's still a lot of work to do. Yeah. So today, I have a very short sharing with you what we are currently doing, and also I have invited a few friends to come together to share their experience for the involvement, and they're they're very motivated. Yeah, and then they have involved these actions for the past few weeks. So, what's happened? What caused a natural disaster? Do you think it's nature? You know, like because of just the rain or this or because of a thunderstorm or anything will cause all the disaster, or this is because of a human? Yeah. So there's neither right or wrong, or only one problem, one cause this natural disaster. But we can let's think about it. What really caused the natural disaster, and will we stop here, or it will continue happen? Yeah. Maybe we are so lucky this today because we are not get involved or not get affected by the flood or others natural disaster that didn't hit our area. But who knows next will come to our doorstep. Yeah. So we better take precaution, yeah, instead of so that when something happen, then we know what can do to the next. So do you know how flood affects humans' health and environment? The water, about the environment, because for water, if a flood area, that definitely a lot of water supply may interrupted, and you may not get the clean water, and some water resources also may be affected by all this the rubbish and the mud. But what about the environment? Yeah, it will also get being affected or being hit badly. And what about our human health and our food, the agriculture, the plantations, and everything? And what's more, and a lot of the influences is in a big impact. Then, what could you find after flood? The water subside. Do you find your antiques or any gems or any valuable items in after the water subside? Let's see what's that. So this is the flood water receipt. The nature returns the rubbish left behind by man. So this is if you're located near the flood area, you can see there's all the rubbish surroundings, after the water recedes. And this very cause not only impact the environment, especially if it's located in a small town or in a town area or street or residential area, it really affected our human health as well. So why we got so much of the waste and somewhere around there? Because normal day we didn't see all this the waste and the rubbish along the street, because we have we have the council, the rubbish man to clean everything for us. But why after the flood, after the water recede, we can see so much the rubbish just pile up. You know, do you know the fact is from Malaysians? We generate 38 tons of waste every day. And the annual cost for waste management is 1.2 billion. And half of the tons, 38,000 tons of the waste is from the food. So it's the food waste, pick up about half of the quantities of the waste. And even the amount, the tax we pay actually is not enough to cover the cost of the rubbish disposal. So that's why here I think you have some ideas why after the water recede, you can see the rubbish everywhere. So this is here we started. That's why we started. Immediately action is to do some post flood cleanup. Yeah, we immediately we have volunteers from all over the places. They donate the eco enzyme, and then some of them they really go to the field, the area to help to start to share how to use eco enzyme for the cleaning, because after flood cleanup is very important. There's one reason is for the sanitations and also for the hygiene, the personal health. If these two if the washing and cleaning does not meet does not meet the quality, the standard, or is not completed, it may affect our health in the long run as well. So this is how a lot of places like we have Malaysia, we have a team in Selangor, we have a team in Panghang, and as well as in Malacca yesterday and Johor, so many places. And we all the volunteers, they volunteer themselves to do all this the work, to go to even the packing the ecoenzyme, or they go and distribute and teach, educate them how to do the cleaning. Now, I'd like to share with you the example in Indonesia. Yeah, later I will invite some of the friends, a friend from Indonesia. He's the leader in the ecoenzyme initiative in Indonesia. He will share with you how he works with the local authority. Here's a sample. The examples like post-flood cleaning with ecoenzyme. Yeah, if the water level is still high, you can pouring ecoenzyme into the water. If all the root cover with the water, if you travel, I mean, only the boat can goes in, then you also can pour the pouring ecoenzyme into the water to mix. At least after the water receive the less stinky smell or odors, and it can act as a deodorization. And also you can spray. Yeah, you dilute thousands times and spray the surrounding. Another example we can see here after the flood cleaning with ecoenzyme is there's also we can see all the rubbish piling up, so this will cause a bad odor in the surrounding, and all the waste accumulates. Yeah, so what can they do is they dilute 1,000 times the ecoenzyme and spray on site to deodorize. Yeah, so of course this happen not only for one time spraying. Yeah, they continue this action several times in a day and for a certain period of time. And this will slightly reduce the odor, and also to change the environment to the better one. So you can see that on the right photo, you can see some of even using the spraying truck and spray around the street, yeah, so that they can purify the air. So we also can see all these volunteers in China. They purify the air with ecoenzyme after the flood. So what they do is they will carrying a spraying bottle, a big size one, and along the street they will keep on spraying. You can see also the street is full of mud, it's very muddy. Yeah, and then they of course they have to protect themselves before they goes to the area. And after that, what we can see is we can use ecoenzyme, apply directly or dilute on the healing wounds. Yeah, why we can get hurt easily during after flood? Because normal some of the people they may soak into the water for long hours, especially for the frontliners or the village or the people, the residents in the area. Yeah, while waiting for the rescue or while waiting for cleaning the area, they may long hours soak in the water. So all this water is very dirty, and we easily to get inflammation, yeah, or skin sensitive after that, or even you can easily get cut because you never know what's under the water. Yeah, but if you even though if you wear like a slippers or without or barefoot, that even easily to get hurt. Yeah, so what can you do is uh, by the time you get some medications, yeah, to prevent the wounds become badly influenced, then you may spray ecoenzyme as to sanitize it, to inspect the wound. Yeah, so this is what they help the people around there to do this the wounds healing, the wounds healing. And now I'd like to share with you how we to take the emergency measure in the face of flood when with ecoenzyme. Yeah, so this is very simple, especially you can share over with all the friends around. Okay, first, any affected, you must use the diluted solution of ecoenzyme for the following scenario. First, if it's for treat of the wound, you dilute ecoenzyme with water. The ratio is 1 to 100 or to 1 to 1,000. And for air purifications, you dilute ecoenzyme with the water 1 to 1,000. And for home cleaning, dilute ecoenzyme with water 1 to 1,000, or even 1 to 10,000. Yeah. So you may say, maybe you have a questions. Why the ratio so different, and does it have the affected the benefit? I mean the functions or the benefits. Now it's no worry. So long you dilute it, the more you dilute, the more powerful the eco enzyme works. So this is how it works. Yeah. So normally that's why we encourage people to pour on the water, or if you have a tank, it's a big water tank. Yeah, you just pour eco enzyme into the big water tank. Then you can use the water tank to wash your floor and also clean your house. Yeah, but for those who are badly affected, like a wall or furnitures or any items, you may dilute this eco enzyme and spray on it. Yeah, so how frequent you can spray is like what a day you can spray 2 to 3 times a day. And even if the environment is very worse, it's worse, like a very stinky smell or very strong bad odor or something like that, so you can even spray the eco enzyme frequently, more frequent. Yeah, so this is how you adjust it, very flexible. And it's very safe because later I share with you what's to use to make eco enzyme. Then you will compare to the conventional disinfectants. It's no harmful to your skin. Yeah, and no harmful to the environment as well. So we also have some advice for safety for the volunteers. Some safety tips for the volunteer if they goes down to um, the area to help out. So what you do is before the departing, yeah, you can plan well for the itinerary. Especially if you stay overnight there, or if you go out of the town, then you have to know how long, how many days. Then you get ready for yourself, and of course make sure you prepare enough food and water and some supplements, or we so-called you can make some anti-inflammatory syrups, to some necessities like raincoats or rain boots or umbrella, this to help yourself get ready for that. And also to make sure, the most important, to make sure the local rain has stopped, the traffic has returned to the normal, and the roads are safe before you depart. Yeah, so all this is a safety measure for the tips for our volunteer who get ready to go down to the area. And what can you do when you arrive the disaster area? Yeah, especially for those who late for this coming few a week. Then we have some of the volunteer. They will go down to the area to distribute the eco enzyme and to teach or some is helping the people over there to clean the house, or to helping them to do all this cleanup. So we will advise them, all this volunteer, they will must spray themselves with diluted solution of eco enzyme and the water 1 to 1000 entirely of the body, including your mask, uh, and also when you enter to the area. And also you will spray after when you leave the affected area. So this is more like a protected layer for yourself. Yeah, and after entering the affected area, and also you have to aware all this some of the buildings or some of the items that soak in the water may collapse. Yeah, so this is all the safety measures for all the volunteers to be take precautions. And the third, they'll be aware of some fallens of the wire poles and broken wire, and this to avoid the electrical shock. So make sure if you travel with a vehicle, so you don't come in touch with the water, because we have never know what's going on under the water. Yeah, so this is safety measures, some tips for the volunteer who goes down, who goes to the disaster area for to help out. So here's I will temporarily stop for the sharing now, because I like to invite one of our friends, Susan. Yeah, Susan, to share her experience in this the post flood relief, and how she get involved, and why she's so enthusiastic to get to help the people in the community. She didn't go down all very far, because she did within her means. I think this is more than enough, because if everyone do the small part to help the local community, then that is perfect. Yeah, Susan, I hand over the time to you.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, Susan.
Yes, good evening, everybody, all ladies. Yeah, in time of crisis like this, right? I think the is nothing to joke about. But I think the comforting part is we see humanity coming together as in one. Because the first day when I heard there is the flood was very very bad around our area, so I went into Facebook and checked. So where are the emergency placement for all the victims? So that there are people who comment on the Facebook and such. So there are places that people will immediately bring in food, help and all. But there are also places that kind of like more hidden ones, so they have less help. So I approached one school that is SK Communing 2, which they have less help on the initial days. So when I went there, the victims that they rescued were from Lombong area and Kebun area, and that those two were the hard hit areas. So they have old people, they have families, mostly Malays lah, very few Chinese lah. So they have babies. So the babies were actually having fevers. So my first reaction that time, I did not think about eco enzyme yet. So my autopilot first reaction was medicine. So I spoke to my doctor friend. So she told me, you must buy Panadol, you must buy anti-fever medicine for the baby, cool fever, they stick at the head there, antibiotic cream, iodine to wash the wound on the skin, stuff like that. So I quickly went and I bought one whole chunk of medicine and brought there. And the school person in charge, they were very very touched lah, because at that time there were no authority to nobody appear to give them any source of help, assistance. So it is coming from all the neighborhood, the neighbors and all the kind of thing. So and after that I thought of eco enzyme. So I do have eco enzyme with me. I have 6 tongs, the blue big tongs, behind my house there. So I went back and I took some and I asked the person in charge, and he is the assistant headmaster, Encik Zuraidi. And another lady is teacher Lim, lady lah. So I asked them, have you heard of eco enzyme? Surprisingly, they are aware of eco enzyme. They know, they heard of it, they know, but they don't know the how to make and what is the usage. All Encik Zuraidi said is what? Oh, itu tangan boleh simpan masuk punya, lepas itu tangan banyak cantik. That was what his reaction. So when he said that, so I asked him, do you mind if I bring some eco enzyme? So you spray into the classroom, because all the victims are placed in all different classrooms. Because I share with him, these are victims are already, some are ill already, sick, so they might be contagious, they pass on to one another. And also because what went through my mind was, it is a school, it is a classroom, because at the end of all this, the children will return to the classroom. So that was in my mind. So I went to 2 ringgit shop to buy about 50 pieces of the spray bottle, so that, because it's impossible for them to go out to buy all this. So I bought everything. I went there and I taught them how to use. And I told them I informed them to spray, keep it in the classroom, all the bottles, so just spray it as and when, just keep spraying. And then the spray onto the wound of the skin of those who are affected by the flood water. And it's very disheartening to see all this. Is really it's sad lah, so I asked him, what is your next item you need the most? So he looked at me and he said, we need milk powder, the baby have no milk. So and then they need hot water, they don't have any thing to boil hot water. So I quickly went out again and buy milk powder, and buy bread and stuff like that, just to make sure they don't get hungry first. And I went to the electrical shop. I told the lady, I said, I need electric kettle. I need electric kettle. And I explained to her it's for this disaster, all the placement of the victims in the school, about 200 over at that point and more coming in. So she said, oh, no, 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 you cannot buy kettle. Kettle cannot sustain. So many people, the kettle will spoil and then waste your money. So you must buy she asked me to buy the gas and the big tong so can boil water. But the school doesn't want, they want electric. So I went to another place to look for those, the hotel seminar one, they have the big, big pot, hot water one. Sometimes they serve coffee, sometimes they serve tea one. I went and I managed to find one with 45 liters. So I brought to the school with all the milk powders and bread and stuff like that. And their first reaction, because they are Malay, so they just pray, and they were in tears. So it's in times like this is like the support among communities is so important. Yeah. So after that, every day I go there because in within our taman, because I blast the news in our own taman here. Though we are totally out of coverage, we have no internet, we have no coverage at all for 1 week plus. Everybody's complaining and complaining about no Wi-Fi, no Wi-Fi, no Wi-Fi. But I mean, if they have gone down to see what is actually happening to all these people, I don't think you complain if you don't have Wi-Fi, you know. So I blast the news. I say anybody who wants to donate can chip in. You can bring it to the school yourself, or those who are working, you leave it at the guardhouse. So every day I have, bags and bags of things at the guardhouse with my big name stick there. I say you must stick my name there. If I don't see my name, I won't collect the item. So every day I have a lot of things there, oil, cooking oil, uh, um, what do you call it, rice, bread, pampers, sanitary napkin, all this thing. So every day I think I run 3 rounds. I go 3 rounds, collect, go back to the school, come back, do my things, collect, go back to the school. Until the fourth day, I think I'm a bit tired. So I told myself, no, I think I need to change technique. So what I did was I collect and collect everything. I put it in my car. I go one time and load everything. Then also there are other friends who are affected by the flood. So I also brought the enzyme to them, and then teach them how to use. So right now I am onto another stage, that is to look for second-hand items for the flood victims, like beds, fridge, sofa, those things that is in good condition that they can still use. I have seen a very disheartening, uh, situation. A lady, 75 years old, Sri Muda, that is the worst hit area. Her house is completely gone. 75 years old. The son doesn't want to bring her to stay with her. So she has to stay somewhere where she cannot, no food can reach her. So she had to call other friends, other friends from one to another. Don't know how this friend also, friend to friend, it reached to me. So I also give enzyme to this friend to pass to her. So I think later stage I will visit her also myself. Yeah. So with the EE drink, the one for drinking one, I share with another friend.
Anti-inflammation,
Anti-inflammation,
the ability. Yes.
anti-inflammation tea. I share with another friend who is very near to Hulu Langat. They also have a very disaster, very bad flood. So I share with her, and she's very keen to know about eco-enzyme. So I connected her with Samantha, and I will send the inflammatory tea to her and also eco-enzyme so she can share with her other people from her side. So this is like a domino effect. Even though it's not a group work, because I have to work solo. I need to work solo because I have 10 dogs, you see, at home. So I go out about 3 to 4 hours. I need to come home. Somehow let the doggy go out, pee and poo, they go in, I settle them back, then I go out again. Yes, that's why I cannot leave my house for long, and I cannot work together with the team. Then I will be making everybody waiting for me to do my things. Yeah. So yeah, thanks to Ecoenzyme, and I'm very grateful that I have attended the course, and also telling them how to pour it into the drain. Yeah, after I attended the Ecoenzyme by Dr. Joanne, how they show the China, how they pour it into the pond, all this. Yeah. So, but right now I think we are reserving the Ecoenzyme for washing first.
Yeah.
Instead of pouring it into the drain and the river. So
Thanks.
there's more to do, like Samantha said. There's more to do after the
Yes.
flood. So I'm glad I'm part of the whole entire organization. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan. Actually, she's the first one who volunteered herself and to serve the community. And we can see, and then just now the key message that the Susan can deliver is, even though we saw, oh, we have collected 2 tons or 3 tons, people donate the eco enzyme, but when we goes down to deliver to distribute to this area, actually it's not enough, not even to pour to the water the area. We only can use some like to save, for them to clean. Yeah. So now we actually that's for the past few weeks we keep on sharing and hope that people can make more, not to wait for until the disaster come, but you can support the precautions and prevention. So everything we say prevention is better than cure, right? So prevention is easier. We just keep the money, when the flood come, you can't grab your piggy bank or your bank book or anything, but you can only use your eco enzyme to help yourself or to help the community, and it save your time and interaction. So I appreciate that Susan's all the hardworking and her volunteer. I think the spirit goes on, and it's really motivate a lot of people to do. Especially I keep on asking, are you sure you want to work for solo, because it's very tiring. She's keep on the momentum. It's not like 1 or 2 days work. But for almost 2 weeks, she really worked for Solid, and I understand why she worked that. But still, we have connect with her with other people around that. At least they can have some support. You know what? All this Susan received tools, quite a lot of the eco enzyme all the way from Johor Bahru, the south part of our country, and also the next coming week will come a batch from Penang. Yeah, for the for the last trip for the Johor Bahru, the friend sent her with a 40-footer truck. She can't even look to her house. It's a problem also. Yeah, so this is we can see so lovely things happen, and just that people can do whatever they can. Yeah, thanks, Susan.
Thank you.
Thanks for the sharing. Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
now I'd like to invite our friends for Indonesia, because earlier on in my sharing, we have shared some example that Indonesian have done, and they work with local authorities and local community organizations such as the Red Cross societies, the Lion Club or Road Track Club. They even can use eco enzyme to spray. Yeah. So this is very encouraging. Yeah. Then now I'd like to invite the team lead of the eco enzyme initiative in Indonesia, Ellen Lintao, and to share with us how he works with local people and the local community as well as the local authority, and what makes him so confident, and even the people around can work together. Yeah, Ellen.
Good evening, everybody. I thank you to Samantha to invite me to be sharing for all in here. Okay, I will share my screen. Okay, this is my slide. Prepare. Okay, I will shortly explain about eco engine in our country, Indonesia. In here, we are in Indonesia. That's doing the eco engine. It is a newbie in only a very short time, about 1 or 2 years. Yeah, because we and me know about eco engine is about in uh, 2019. This is we will, because Dr. Joan come to our country and give us the seminar in Batam and Bandung. In Batam, this is in 20 August. in Augustus 2019, and then in the Bandung in January 2020. After that, yeah, after that, many people, after knowing about the function of the ecoenzyme, many people in Indonesia start making large quantity of ecoenzyme at home. You can see that everybody do at home, uh, by themselves, yeah, and do very much enzyme. This is, you can see that. This is one. This is one is about 35 liter. Uh, one one of that this one of this container is about 25 liter. It is all about 1 ton. Yeah, in everybody house have many enzyme. You can see. This is Mr. Agus home, a personal house. Yeah, this is there's only one in garden. This is in all its home. You can see that individually do at home is many uh, ecoenzyme. After making of all of many ecoenzyme, everybody think we ask how to use that. We met many enzyme how to use, how to use them. Don't and they will after me and after Dr. Join. Dr. Join answer them. The ecoenzyme can use many part of the life. Yeah, the environment can use in the our healthy and can use and in the gardening of the farming. Then after it, we do we do something for our environment like this. We do water purification with ecoenzyme. Yeah, we put ecoenzyme to our river. Yeah, and then we do spraying. Yeah, because in 2020 is pandemic time, so during the pandemic, people need healthy air for healthy body. So we spray ecoenzyme for air purification, make the more oxygen in the air, so we can get fresh air. We get the nice and better respiration, so can make our body health. Then we think we can do the spraying on the on the air, because we also have seen in the Tiongkok. Dr. John can have already give us one example in Tiongkok, in the China. They do spraying in the China, in Wuhan, in the pandemic. Before pandemic, they have make what make the air purifying in the China. So we also, from the example, we think we can do it in Indonesia. uh, we from small, from the Bandung, we start do that with our volunteer in Bandung. The first one in the middle of the 2020, we can start, we start from the small part, individually. Yeah, having prepared by the machine, spraying machine, buying spray machine, our friend buying the spray machine, prepare the truck and prepare the water, and do spray around the house. Yeah, around uh, the area they living in the Bandung. After that, this activation spraying in the in the environment, in the air, to purifying the air and environment, get get the good response from the government and the any government part, like the police, handle the army, uh, and the other part of the government, and give best appreciation for that, because this is the thing we do that. Yeah, can make the environment good, because we spread it, this eco enzyme is just environment friendly. Yeah, no poison. Yeah, and then good for our health. Yeah, don't not hurt our body. So we get more accreditation and more a lot of collaborate from the government and the other other part. We can see we do in the east, the west of Indonesia, from the Aceh. Yeah, Aceh. Yeah, we have collaborate with the police, spraying econ gym around the city of Aceh. We use the police, yeah, with the police vehicle, yeah, the car from the police, the truck from the police, yeah, we do spraying around the city. And then this is in the Galang, yeah, in the Medan. Medan it is in the Medan. It is west North Sumatra, yeah, North Sumatra. We also collaborate with the Red Cross doing spraying with eco enzyme. We can see that. Yeah, we also collaborate with the social the police, army, government for purification with eco enzyme in the various part of Indonesia. You can see that. This is in the Jakarta, Tangerang. This is in Bali. This is also in Bali. This is the first time we collaborate with the Red Cross because the Red Cross is the first time doing the spraying, so they not yet to making a lot of eco engine, not enough to use, not enough eco engine to using for spraying. So we are the volunteer do the best for support the Red Cross for the spraying until they can make a lot of eco engine because they need 3 month 3 month time to making eco enzyme. Okay, so we support them. We collaborate them, support them, teach them how to making eco enzyme. You can see all the Red Cross volunteers together learning about how to making eco enzyme, and then to using eco enzyme to spray in the city and all of Indonesia, in all of part of Indonesia. Okay, you can see. Okay, like this. Okay, this is the social action activity. Yeah, we because we believe this is the nice thing for Indonesia.
बोलो
Okay,
you
this is
muted
in the West
वो
Sumatra,
वो
Padang.
इंसेक्ट प्लांट सब कहाँ है
This is the in
सर
the
वहाँ
Java,
पे वो बैग है ना
Java,
तेजस
and
ट्रैवलिंग
this
किट
also we
इंसेक्ट
apply
ट्रैप
the ecoenzyme in the disaster.
टूथ पड़ो
And we know last year in January the tropical cyclone disaster in the East Nusa Tenggara. Yeah, you can see after this disaster. This disaster is a big typhoon, like the big typhoon in the Taiwan or the China. After this, also sometime will be like in big flood in the Malaysia now. But but beside the flood, the disease have the big typhoon, the big tornado, like the tornado in this area. After that, you can see how many garbage in a lot of garbage in the city. Yeah, we can see the garbage look like the hill. We can see that. Yeah. Now after that, you can we do collaboration with the government to spraying the garbage because the garbage causing a more very smell in the city, very smelly. So we can see that. We spray the garbage to reduce the smell causing in the city. Okay. Okay, we just also spraying in the disaster camp. You can see that. Okay. This is the army. Yeah, together spraying the eco enzyme to the air to purify the air and the environment. This is in Bali. This is with the government, the environment, yeah, government. This is in the this is we spraying ecoenzyme the garbage dump because we spraying in the garbage dump effectively reduce the methane. Methane is the one gas causing the global warming, you know. And then the hydrogen sulfide. Hydrogen sulfide is the is one of gas causing the smell. Yeah, smell in the garbage. So spraying ecoenzyme the garbage dump effectively reduce that. You can see that. We also make a testing using a tool can detect the methane. So in 50 minutes after spraying the ecoenzyme, the methane gas content decreased significantly from 1600 reduced to 650 m just 15 minutes using this tool. Yeah, we also this is from the government also. They help us to detect that using this tool. Okay, this is in this we everybody in Indonesia, like the government part of the or the police and the army, we do collaborate very many times to do the spraying to the environment to purify the environment. Uh, then many people ask me, many people ask to ask our team, is that we strain is effectively can purify the environment? Then we after that we think we need to do some laboratory tests, and then after the test we get the result like that. Uh, this is we do the test with the microorganism. This is E. coli. This is the bad bacteria, E. coli. We know it's very this bacteria we can find uh, uh, very very much in the especially in the flood time. Flood time disaster we can see that. Then we're using the ecoenzyme concentration one by one times ecoenzyme by five 500 times water. Yeah, and then the period of contact is about 10 minutes. After contact, the microorganism concentration just 4. Uh, 4.5. Yeah, this is without contact one. 4.4. Uh, 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 very much. Okay, and then is this mean the percentage kill is 99.99%. But if you leave in about 50 minutes, skip by 100% percentage skill. But we also tried using ecoengine one part and 1,000 part of the by 1,000 part of the water in the 10 minutes. Also means can more effectively 100%. 100%, but the percentage hit is we can get 100%. Uh, and 15 minutes of substance. So this is the conclusion. Yeah, this the data support this particular sample gym has 100% protective payload against target microorganism equally within 10 and 15 minute exposure. Okay, okay, thank you. I'm sharing until there. Uh, thank you very much. Uh, I get back the time to the Samantha. Thank you.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you, our friends from Indonesia, to share his experience and his collaborations with local communities as well as the authorities. So now you can see when they're spraying the eco enzyme with the spraying truck, right? There's a police kind of escort them. you know, the police car is there to escort those VIP but to the spraying truck with eco enzyme. Yeah, how amazing it is. That makes the team, the Indonesian team, even though they get to know eco enzyme for only less than about 2-3 years, very short period of time, but they're very enthusiastic to make eco enzyme the work there because they really can see the benefits. And this is a no, it's very cheap and no harmful as well, like Alan emphasized on that. Yeah, thanks for sharing. I hope that this his sharing will really get people more encouraging to do, especially during this period of time. Yeah. Okay. So I continue, and then I also like to invite another lady, Helen, to share with to share with us. She's also involved in. She's also visit to the disaster area to help some of uh, the the victims on some personal hygiene issues. Yeah, and also according to her experience, she can share with everyone how she use eco enzyme on some personal hygiene. Helen.
Hey, hi. Hi, good evening. Can you all see? Okay, I just got a small sharing. Okay. Okay, I'm Helen here. Okay. Okay, hi. I have this issue, haze problem in Malaysia. So back to years 2018. How to say? Before this, I was staying in KL. Okay. I stay in KL. So every morning, what my son remind me to do is, when he taking his breakfast, he will say, "Mom, can you go check?" So the word check means ask me to go use my nose to test the haze in the KL. How serious is it? So every morning, I have to go up to my sliding door and open up the sliding door and put my nose outside to take a deep breath. Okay, today is very hazy, so he need to wear face mask to school. Okay, so I was very frustrated with this kind of weather. So when I moved to KL, moved to Kuantan, sorry, this Pahang here. So actually, the haze problem is not so serious compared to Kuala Lumpur, but there is one season is very serious. The haze effect. So I was feel very hard to breathe, but actually it's okay. But my throat is very like itchy. I feel want to cough all the times, and then especially when nighttime when I sleep, I will like get shocked. Yeah, I will wake up. Why? Because I thought my house was burning because the smell is really bad. So what I do, I forgot I got eco enzyme with me that time. So the first day and second day, I was really suffer with that situation. So until the third day, I just realized, hey, I got eco enzyme with me. So I try on. So I try to spray, dilute, and I spray the eco enzyme around the house. I spray at the backyard first because I most of the time I was staying in the backyard for doing laundry and do kitchen stuff. Okay, so after I sprayed 2 times, yeah, I found that this is the eco enzyme like build a shield to protect, like block the haze coming into my house. So I can do it freely, whatever activity in the backyard without face mask. Oh, that's amazing for me. Okay, so when evening time, I want to throw my trash to outside. So I just walk from the backyard to the front. And I suddenly I feel, wait, again, my throat, I feel like itchy. I want to cough. So yeah, at that time I was thinking I'm very stupid because I sprayed the eco in the house and at the backyard, and I forgot to spray in front of the house. That's very silly, I said. Okay, and then after that I do it every day. Okay, at the season, so I will spray around the house. So in the night time I use the humidifier, right? So I put few drops in the humidifier and I put inside the room. And before I sleep, I will spray around the window. Okay, so that night start, I have no problem. I sleep well whole night. Yeah, I will not like get shocked. I will not sleep well. No, I sleep very well until the morning up. So this is the haze problem I face, and then I found that eco enzyme is really useful for me, for myself. And the next, for the next slide, for the flood one. Okay, this what the same thing like others volunteer doing. So we distribute the eco enzyme to the victims in the floods area. So we teach them how to spray to reduce the smell, okay, and dilute with water and to wash everything, okay. And then one special case, this is what uh, Dr. Joy taught us always in the class, online class, even face to face. I mean, we attend the class. She always said, when you don't have anything in your hands and only got echo enzyme, it is very powerful and useful. This is the yellow shirt uncles come to me when I try to distribute the eco enzyme to the victims there. The uncles is helping them to wash the floor. And then he just walked forward to me and pointed to my eco enzyme in my hand and said, is this is what is this? And then can this thing help me? I was just looking at him and he just showed me he turned his back and then showed me, he said, I hit something. He said, just said hit something. So I tried to see what happened. Actually, okay, behind the ears is still bleeding. So the wound is there, bleeding. So I said, oh, okay. So you wait for me a while. I passed him the tonic drinks and then I asked him to just drink and wait here. So I get back to the car and get tissue and try to clean up. I clean up the area which I want to apply, where the place bleeding because uncle is muddy everywhere. Whole body is muddy. So I just try to clean up and then I apply 2 times a coenzyme over the wound there. Okay. And then first time I still can see the blood, still got blood coming out. And then after I apply the second time, it's really amazing. You can see, okay, the blood, the bleeding stop bleeding, stop bleeding. Okay, and then I just try to just hold on for another few seconds, okay, and then I find it okay, it's completely dry, and then I put the plaster, okay, then the uncle can continue work. I was like feel so amazing at that time, how amazing this echo enzyme. Yeah, I was feel very thankful to Dr. Rafiqun and Dr. Johnny and send us this echo enzyme to us, taught us how to use it, taught us how to share it. Yeah, thank you very much for the sharing today. Yes, very amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Helen, for the sharing. In fact, she has another sessions in Bahasa Malaysia. So because of this, due to this, the flood, in fact, I think it can gather a lot of people to work out from our comfort zone and involved in a lot of voluntary work and get to know each other. Yeah, it seems like ecoenzyme is a tools, like stringing the love together. Now, why I like to quick sharing about how ecoenzyme can purify the home environment, and there are some examples. And also we done lately in Johor Bahru. So here's also an example to purify the home environment. That's also lead us why during this period of time we encourage those flooded area use ecoenzyme for cleanup. Yeah, you can see the immediate result. So you may think ecoenzyme can be use it as water to purify the environment. So this is some examples. The drain, it, before the ecoenzyme, then you can see they're so dirty and very muddy. It seems like the water flow may not be smoothly, yeah, because it's all stuck. Yeah. And after cleaning a while, you can see that is even the moss can be grown. Yeah, the whole thing is clean. So there's a lake purification projects going on in Taman Pelangi, Johor Bahru. So this is the lake in one of the recreations park, yeah, where a lot of people doing the morning walk or exercise in the park. So can you see that this lake, the water is already like dead water and it's very muddy. And of course, we can imagine that the bad smelly around that. So the resident over there may not, I mean, try not to avoid this area, yeah, even though the park is so big and so green. So what we do is a group of people, a volunteer in Johor Bahru, led by our locals leader, the teacher Tian Ming. Yeah, so they will gather all eco enzyme and every week, especially when during the rainy day, no matter rain or shine, on the time they will get together. Yeah, you can see that there's whole family. Some of them is came up together with families and together, and they will get together in the park and they pour the ecoenzyme to do the lake purification. So this is the consider the drive for the happiness. Yeah, it's a community work and involve a lot of people around the community come to join us. They clean the water before the pouring the ecoenzyme, because it's like a lot of mud, a lot of the moist, so the water, the flowing is not, is very slow, and even the dead water, the lake, the water is considered dead. Yeah. So this is how they do. Is in last year January. So they record it down, and now you see the rain is still still raining. Yeah, this is how they do. And after a month, it's very encouraging. You can see that's the environment change. Yeah, the water become clearer, and even you can see the shadow of the trees, and together with a blue sky that's really deliver you a pleasant mood. And this is what we have, the pleasance or a happy the feelings after after the purification. Not only purify the lake, but as well as our inner heart. Now, what can we do? Since to protect our environment, to protect ourselves, yeah, let's turn the garbage into jam. So what the garbage I refer is the fresh waste, yeah, from the kitchen, which means you have the vegetable waste, or you have the fruit peel waste. Yeah, instead of just throw away, yeah, into your dustbin, and just collect it and make it into eco enzyme. Yeah, remember the statistic I shared with you. Half of the tons we produce 38,000 tons of garbage every day, and half of it is from the food waste. Yeah, so instead of just directly throw into the dustbin and throw away, then you can collect all this fresh food waste and to make into can turn it into eco enzyme. So let's do it. It's very simple. It's just a simple action and the most economical way. You don't have to get a new some fresh of fruits. No, you don't have to get a fresh fruits. All the waste is, yeah, you can collect it from the fruit store or some farm or your home garden, where some of the vegetables or you may not can consume, or you can collect it and can make it and turn into make it to make as an eco enzyme. Yeah, so you can put a big barrel or some bottle near your home garden or at the backyard. You can collect it, and then you just collect all this fresh waste and make the eco enzyme. So all this simple action actually can improve our living environment, and you don't spend any single cents. So how you will do it is very simple. Here's the ratio. You can see that's on the top of the at the top is the ratio is 1:3:10. So what's a 1:3:10? So here's an example. So you have for example, if the container you need to, the container is for 600 ml of water, then what you need is a jaggery, or we so-called the molasses for 60 gram, and then the fresh waste is 180. So the ratio is 1:3:10. It means 1 part of the sugar, 3 parts of the fresh waste, and 10 part of the water. So this is how this is how the method to make the eco enzyme. Then you can have to close the lid tightly and let it ferment for 3 months. So between the time, especially for the first few weeks, you need to slowly open the lid to let the gas out. Yeah. So if but during the fermentation time, it does produce a lot of gases. So especially if you put a lot of pineapples skin or the lemon, they can create a lot of the gases. So you have to open the lid every day to release the gas. Yeah. So this is how for the how you make the eco enzyme. And then what is jaggery? Yeah, so here's examples to show everyone. Is we so-called the molasses sugar, not white sugar or brown sugar, but preferably is a molasses sugar because it contains a lot of we so-called the what they call the uh, the nutrients. Yes. So this is what we use it. You can get it in all this grocery store. Yeah, grocery store can get a big bucket, a big bag if you use to make a lot. Yeah. So what's the function of ecoenzyme? For in short, the summary, they act as a catalyst, and it decompositions and it transform and restructuring as well. So this is a four main functions of ecoenzyme: catalysis, decomposition, transformation and restructuring. This is how it works, and that's why they can produce the result. So the ecoenzyme can apply in 5 areas. One is agriculture, as shown, and animal husbandry, and environment, of course. And we can see the personal care from home nursing care, which is for personal hygiene, and the social sustainable development. Yeah. So the social sustainable development here refer to a community building, where just now like Susan sharing or Helen sharing or sharing from Indonesia, Ellen. Yeah, this is how we connect. We work with local, we work the community. Yeah, it's all for the goods of the goodness for the communities and the people around us. So this is how we make at the backyard. Yeah, so every time we collect it and we put in a big barrel, and this is how we lately the harvest. We did it in our studio. So this is the latest when we open it. We found a mother scooby. So this is considered lucky for us to find one. Yeah. All right, so not to mention, not to forget the two lovely lady, and we are blessed to have these two ladies, Dr. Rusupan from Thailand, who is the discoverer for ecoenzyme, and our Dr. Joanne, who is the worldwide ecoenzyme advocate. So because of them, uh, we we have a chance to get to know this simple, easy the formula to work for to protect, to use this simple method to protect our environment as well as our health. And ecoenzyme is I remember Dr. Joanne always share with us that ecoenzyme is a tool, yeah, not only for purify the environment, but or purify where we can invisible, but our inner heart as well. Because of ecoenzyme, we can make this ecoenzyme together, connect your family, connect the community. So this is not a solo, but it's a work as a team. Yeah. So today, so because of pandemic, because of ecoenzyme, we connect not only in Malaysia but the rest of the countries. Like we have a friends in Indonesia, we met friends in China, and as well as in Australia, Singapore, or in India, as well as in Japan or other countries. Yeah, so this is how we work, and even though our focus is different in different countries, yeah, because but I think we can share our experience, yeah, to each other, so we can get to know how to apply it efficiently. Like for example, in China, they spend a lot of time. They even use ecoenzyme as a tools, and at the end, they want to make the villages, the township as a zero waste township. So they have a plan how to execute it, starting from the waste classifications and turn into the ecoenzyme, and all the way they like to build or they like to convert some places into a zero waste village or zero waste township, and they have some successful examples. Yeah, and one day I think we can invite the China team to share how it's worked. Yeah, and in India, I believe that through a lot of research and paperwork, where this is a lot of scientific data, and actually there's a lot of people concerned about this as well. And we are very thank you that we have a team in India. They do all this very scientific proof, and they support all this the work. Yeah, and that more people have more confidence, and like, especially like in Indonesia, support by the local government or the community organization also very encouraging. But while in Malaysia, we all is more our experiences and our action to involve in all this community work is also to make people feel warm, and as well as we can see how we connect the people in locally. So it's not about one person doing a lot, but many people doing a little. Yeah, this is I think our teachers always remind us, and one person can make a difference, and together we can make a change. Yeah. So this is here's my sharing, and we are glad tomorrow is the big day where it's the Dr. Busuwan birthday, and in conjunction with the birthday and initiated by our India team, PT, lead by PT. That's why we have this event we call World Bioenzymes Day. Yeah, and we hope that of course we never stop in the January of what, but we continue doing this, and it's good to connect so many people around the country. Yeah. before I end this session, I'm not sure my good friend Catherine whether she's ready to share, because last minute I cue her. I said, oh, would you like to give a sharing, because she's also the person in charge in organizing all this. The relief items, and she says very nervous and the first time to share with English. Yeah, but I think it's very encouraging, and everyone just move first step, and you feels like, oh, that's so simple. So Catherine, you're ready to share like maybe a short, like 1 or 2 minutes to all the friends around here?
Okay, I'll try my best. Good evening, everyone. Actually, here I'm trying to share my personal experience when I um, first get the news of a lot of areas that have been flooded, and my heart was so painful. And at that moment, I asked my husband, I said, "What can we do?" And by like a lot of people that try to donate money, clothes, or food. But what can we do other than that? Not only to people, to the victims there, but to the environment, because this is not only human things; it's the environment. The disaster is created by human. So what can we do? And on the next day, I talked to Sam, and I get to know that they already started plan to do some things like getting all the ecoenzymes and try to make the anti-inflammation tea for the victims and the volunteers. So I volunteer myself, and also I try my best to, sorry, a bit emotional. Because
She's very sentimental, ladies.
yeah,
Okay. Don't worry. Like Dr. Zewel always remind us, one person can make a difference, and
yeah,
together we make a change.
And Catherine,
yeah.
you spoke well. So don't be nervous. You were good.
So,
And you're doing your good.
so,
Yes.
so
I know.
thank you. Actually, when I first arrived in to Sri Muda, which is Shah Alam flat site, I was shocked because I was there. I stayed there for, that was I think 30 over years ago. When I first come to Kuala Lumpur, I stayed in Sri Muda, and I know that the area was used to be flood, and when they, but not as bad at this round. When I reached there, I saw that animal body at the roadside, and the cars, all the cars was damaged by the water, the houses, the furniture, the clothes, and the people there is so helpless. They are so helpless. And what we can do is we only can bring in ecoenzyme and anti-inflammation tea with our warmth, love, and light to share with them. Hope they can go through this. And
Yeah, you did a good job, Catherine. You have a lot. You really did a good job during this period of time. She's not involved herself, but also her husband, her son, and her daughter to do the simple work like labeling. Her daughter, about 9 years old, she helps to labels about 400 bottles of eco-enzyme we want to give away. Yeah, because we want to differentiate its accident use, all this. Yeah, her little daughter to help. You can see that. That's why I say eco-enzyme is a tool and it connect not only one person, but it's a family and it's the rest. It's connect the people around them. Yeah. So this is such a very beautiful movement. Thanks, Catherine.
Actually, I was glad that I have this opportunity to serve, because
Yep.
this show a very good example to my children. The first day after I came back from the flood site, my 8 years old daughter told me, "Mom," and she asked me, when can I go to the flood site to help? I also want to volunteer myself. This is how we lead by example. Yeah. And
Okay.
I was glad that all of our eco enzyme members have made, although it's not enough to supply for all, but at least we do our best. But from today onwards, I hope everyone do your best to make more eco enzyme. Don't wait for the disaster to come, and then only why don't we do it before? Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Catherine. Okay, before I end the sessions, I think Preeti just now you have asked the questions about whether the ecoenzyme can, about the seawater, you pour into sea, whether it can purify. Yeah, I just checked with Dr. Joanne, and yes, you can pour into the sea to purify the seawater, but we are not so sure about whether they can dilute directly, with the seawater and spray with the same effect. Yeah, but this is a good experiment. We can experiment and see. We can ask around whether our other friends in other countries they did this example.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
this question came because we have limited fresh water on Earth. So,
yeah,
rather than spraying that fresh water, I was just thinking
yes,
if a city is next to the sea, if we can take that sea water and spray it around.
yep,
So, I think it will
yeah,
work.
yes.
Yeah, it
Because
should
if you
work.
do, since we can purify the sea, the pollutions with ecoenzyme, it could be have the same effect. But how effective and how it
Yes.
works so well, we have so far we have not so sure about it. But it's happy to explore another opportunities. Yeah, like you say, maybe some if it happen nearby the sea, then it
Mm.
could be another source,
Yeah.
for this. Yeah. Thanks for your questions, Preeti. Okay, that's all for tonight, and thank you so much for all the friends and to join us, and for friends to share their experiences and their feelings. And I think this is the reason why I like to invite a friend to share. This is I think this is some good for them to how to say to look inwards. Yeah, because now these few weeks we keep on go out and to do all the sharing, but sometimes we need to look inwards. This is very important to us. Yeah, if not, then we can't go for a long. It's a long journey, a long way to go. Yeah, and it's very much appreciated. And tomorrow, January 4th, is the big day for the World Bioenzyme Day. Yes, tomorrow night 7:30 we have we have a celebration, so where all of the country counterparts they will share what they have done for the previous 7 weeks and in future what they may explore just into after the Gen 4. Yeah, and you're welcome to join us. We have friends, we have a team from Taiwan, from China, from the rest of the countries, and to share. We have two languages, so we will conduct in Mandarin and we'll translate into English this time. Yeah, so everyone is welcome to share. And in fact, tomorrow morning, around 11, yeah, I think we can share the link for with Preeti as well, with Preeti, because in Indonesia, they even have a big ceremony that invites the government for us for the celebration to join the
Very nice.
celebration. Yeah, so
Very
this is such a
nice.
wonderful. You can see how supportive from the local. Yeah, even though we may have a same treatment, but it's never mind because we work different way. with a same intention. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's very encouraging now. All right. Thank you for joining and have a
Thank
good
you.
night. And also, even we wish everyone have a blessed new year. Thank you.
Thank you.
So,
Bye bye. Thank you.
bye.